Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay,
And this is Desmond's Donders.
Hello and welcome to Huntly. I've just become a criminal. Well, in Grace's mind I have, because I've just left her with David. I'm going to have a walk around the castle. It's not really dog friendly. Walked into Huntly this morning with Pam and Phil and their 4 pups and Grace. And it has changed quite a lot since I worked here. Not necessarily for the better. So, go see if I'm allowed in the castle. We have done this tour a few times, but hey, we can do it again in the sunshine. So, we'll stay tonight and move on tomorrow, as Pam and Phil have, changing hands, have got dental appointments tomorrow in Keith. So we'll move to the coast and see how we get on then. So, right, I'm just going to head into the office and see if I can get in. So I'll switch back on in a minute. And 1 ticket. Right. There has been a castle here since the 12th century. Duncan, Earl of Fife, was its first lord, but it was with the Gordons, who came in possession in the 14th century, that the castle is most closely associated. This devout Roman Catholic family suffered great hardship in the Civil War, and the execution of George II Marcus in 1650 effectively terminated their occupation of the castle. And there's one of the lords, or whatever they were, put in the 2nd floor, 3rd floor, with the fancy engravings and whatnot, from what I remember. And the Gordon's grand design. And there ain't a lot of it left. And I don't believe there's a roof on any of it. I have been warned, watch the stairs and watch the steps. But we shall take a quick scoot round the castle. No other reason the fact that we're here. Oops. And I pay my membership, and I may as well get some use out of it. There's a ticket to go around the castle. As you can see, it's just a wreck. Well, it's in better condition than some of the castles we've been to recently. A ticket to go around here is £8.50 for one adult. And this part here is the medieval road. Obviously there's a flipping great big tree in the way now. And the castle is in different parts. The Earls of Fife built a wooden fortress here in 1190. 1307, Robert the Bruce comes to recuperate from illness. 1400s, owner since 1314, the Gordons built the stone castle. James IV visits, bringing drink silver to stonemasons that work on the site. Mary of Guise, Queen Regent, in 1556 receives a flamboyant welcome from the 4th Earl of Huntly, the Cock of the North. Yep. And George II, Marquis of Huntly, left, that's him, is beheaded for his loyalty to the deposed Charles I. In 1923, the castle comes into state here. Yeah, that's why it's in such a bad way. And there was a lot of, because they were Roman Catholics, during the Reformation the soldiers came and tried to remove all the signs of Catholicism from the actual castle. Because obviously being a Catholic wasn't a safe thing to be. It was all defaced. But the stonemasons were incredible. And if you go down, it takes you to the prison, but we will go up first. And we have to be careful. At least these steps are slightly wider than normal. As you can tell, it's pretty dark. The 4th Earl took Huntly to new heights, inspired by his travels in France. He remodelled the palace and added an extra story. This room was his hall where he could parade his wealth at splendid banquets. Yep, not a lot changes really, does it? People with money like showing off. Hello, swallow. So, we'll go up the next one. But as you can see, that's my hand, and the walls were pretty thick. And these stairs are wood, but it's still dark, so you have to watch what you're doing. And this takes you to the story that was rebuilt or added on. And there's the fireplace. This floor housed the Countess apartments. The fireplaces were installed for Henrietta Stuart, the first Marchioness, around 1600. Here, as she entertained guests in her halls, the carvings emphasised her wealth, status and continued Catholicism. But where did they get the craftsmen from to actually do all this? Almost certainly weren't local. Oh, you used to be able to get up there, but you're not allowed up anymore. Which is probably just as well, because it was kind of wee. And I've got big feet. Cold, drafty. And I'm sure the servants didn't have a good life here. But, oh, I suppose. I should imagine the views when the castle was actually being lived in would have been incredible around here, because there wouldn't be half the things that are here now. Tell. Sorry, that's my handbag. He's quite intriguing. Hiya. Hi. And this is us back on the ground floor. So we shall go down and see what's downstairs. Intriguing. There you go, they're quite steep. Good job there's a handbar. Right. There's a metal handbar and it's flipping freezing. It's the 10th of June and it's cold. Hang on, I need to swap hands because the rope banister's on this side. Do not go downstairs without holding on to something. especially with my size 7 feet. I'm not sure when the Historical Scotland took over this. It makes you wonder how long it took to actually build this entire place. The original castle, and then the fact that it was added to. I'm not sure what they were here. Could have been storage houses or anything. Oh, this is the way to the prison. That's a long way down. The only way they could have got in and out was through a ladder. Wow. I'm sure, oh no, maybe not. Oh dear. Oh, crikey crumbs. Right, soap hands again. I should imagine rushing around in this place. Oh, I can't see the kitchens, so I'm assuming they were down here, but I can't see any large fireplaces for the kitchens. So possibly that was the storehouses for the fish. So, what's in here? Oh, this looks more like it. Oh, there's a fireplace, or a fire. I know they had the ale houses outside, because I remember them from before. Where they made beer, because nobody drank water. It wasn't safe. Feeding the masses. So The household the size of Huntly was an enormous task. In April 1600, the rents paid to the Earl included 160 cattle for slaughter, 700 chickens, 40 barrels of salmon, and 5,284 eggs. The food was prepared here in the castle kitchen. Oh, right. Look out, for on your right there are two channels linking the kitchen to the courtyard. The upper one brought fresh water into the kitchen, the lower one carried dirty water away. Interesting. One stop pot. Cooking could also be done on a cauldron suspended on a chain over the fire. Usefully, more than one item could be cooked at the same time. Beef on birch twigs for soup, poultry, eggs and onions, bag pudding of cereals and beans, dividing board, wrapped cuts of bacon to remain in water until cold. Large joints of meat, fish and fowl and even fruit were roasted on a spit above the fire to your left. That one there, big fireplace. The iron rod was turned constantly, a tedious and uncomfortable job done by the low-status servant known as a turnbrockie. Before winter, livestock was killed and the meat salted. Hams, other meats and fish were smoked above the fire on a smoking board. A square hole for one of the timbers supporting such a board can be seen high inside the fireplace on the back wall. Oh yeah, you can see it's there. That'll be the hole up there. And that's the door out. And that's the door on one of them. And this is parts of the masonry that they've managed to secure, including a griffin. Possibly a chamber pot. Yep, that looks like a chamber pot. It doesn't move. It's a chamber pot. Delish. The servants' quarters. The rooms on this floor of the palace, either side of the kitchen, house the domestic staff. This particular room, situated directly beneath the Earl's bedchamber, may have served as the quarters for his steward. Yep, that's the stairs that you go up and down. It's fine as long as you don't have size 7 feet. So, when the second Marquess got beheaded, I wonder what happened to all his staff. They were basically out of a job. Yes, I suppose that was any consideration for the people doing the execution. There we go, and that is the tour round Huntly Castle, or what's left of it. And the Duke of Gordon is now in Fochabers, in the castle at Fochabers. Same family, I believe. Different strain, obviously. The Tower House. Right. There's sun shining. I'll go back and rescue David from Grace, because Grace is no doubt sulking because I went off without her. You can't really bring a dog here. And this is the ale house. And that's the thing that the fat would have been put into to produce the ale. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed our quick jaunt round the castle.
Thank you for watching Desmond's Donders. And remember, while in the countryside, indeed anywhere, take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and click that notification bell to receive notifications of all our videos.